so freaking bad. Wrestlemania.
Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling episode 122. It's time for the Percolator. Time for the Percolator. With Juice and Sreten today is a very special guest. Independent professional wrestler and commentator as of late. Very awesome. He's a jack of all trades. What do you know? We got Big Perc in the house. Percy Davis, what's going on?
Hey, yo, thank y'all for finally having me. I knew we had some scheduling issues for a minute, but we in it. We're here. We're finally making it happen.
Yeah, man. We're ready to have some fun, man. And the way we're doing it now, it's like the only good thing to come out of the pandemic is we discovered Zoom and how to make that work. So
yeah,
as opposed to just doing phone interviews like we were doing from our studio. So now everybody gets to be in living color.
Yeah, you could reach out and touch somebody. Just
hell yeah.
This is for you. Anybody at home, this is for you. Right there. We in this together. All together.
That's right, man. So how's everything going on your end, man? You start doing some commentating and stuff with Black Label Pro.
Yeah, I've been attempting to reach out and broaden my horizons in regards to wrestling, because it's not just a stagnant thing of being just a professional wrestler, but being a professional overall. And I've done commentary before, like when I first broke into the business. I wrestled at IWA, and I
Mid-South
on the mic. Yeah, IWA Mid-South down in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I hopped on a commentary once with their commentator Nick Manawa, and I have a theater background. I'm very well spoken, a little eloquent every once in a while, and he was blown away by it. And I just a young dumb wrestler. I was like, but I only want to wrestle. Nobody wants to hear me talk. And Black Label Pro, I said, hey, yo, put me in, coach. And damn, coach put me in.
What up, Mikey? He's a hell of a coach.
Absolutely. I was floored by the support I've got from it. I've been given all kinds of feedback in regards to positive, negative, anything that I had to change, everything I did well. And it's definitely something else I'd love to continue to pursue.
Yeah, for sure. I would like to hear you more on some Black Label and anywhere you want to do commentary at, man. I watched via independentwrestling.tv, and I was blown away. I was like, hey, man, this dude's got it. You's got it.
I got the touch. I got the commentary voice.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
I wish I had the special effects powers to give you the glow right when you said
right?
that.
Well, you got to glow. You got to reach that upper level.
Yeah. I was going back and forth on what background I wanted. I was like, they could just use my wall, because last thing I want is a cupcake floating back here. Just reach out.
Oh, man, I would have loved to have a cupcake floating back there. Sreten gave me this. I'm recording in my 12-year-old son's bedroom right now, so unfortunately, all those cool pop figures in the background are not mine.
Not even yours. Just fronting, just pretending. Be like, "Hey, look at my pop collection." But at least you were at least you were honest beforehand.
Yeah. Well, he gave me this giant green screen that it's kind of a pain in the ass to set up, and when I get him every weekend, it's like I got to tear it down, put it back up, and I was like, you know what? I'm in the process of trying to buy a house right now. When I finally get a spot that I can call my own, I will set it up and it will never come down.
Yeah, absolutely understand that. That's man, buying a house, that's a big feel. Not easy in a pandemic.
No, let me tell you, man, I think today, unfortunately, was the 5th or 6th time I lost an offer I put in on a house. So,
good Lord. Yeah. I can't imagine. I can't even put in once. They'll slap me. They'll reach for the phone and be like, get out of here. You know you don't make enough money for all that. Get out.
Right? I don't know what it is, man. It's very frustrating. So just starting to get a little tweaked, a little wicked. Yes. Yeah, we were talking off air for a hot second. We usually have one of our colleagues, Bruiser Bodie, on the show, and he actually tore a hammy taking a massive dump. So right now he's day to day, and we hope he's doing fine. But
hold up. Reverse.
Yep.
Reverse.
You're not supposed to push it really hard. It's supposed to just come out of your body without much force. But not for Bodie, not this time.
No. And he usually
His
goes
hamstring.
standing. Yeah.
His hamstring.
The legs are the base for all movement in the body, and this time he moved too much, and his hamstring went out.
Yes, science and medicine are baffled. I don't know. I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, the scientists hate him for real. They hate him.
Right?
So he's day to day, right?
Yeah, day to day. Maybe we'll see him again. Maybe next week down the road.
Hope he heals up very quickly. I have nothing else to add that is appropriate.
What happened?
Heal up, brother.
Do you guys? Good. What would happen? What's going to happen the next time he poops, though?
Armageddon.
He's going to tear the other one, so it evens itself out.
Yeah. I don't know how many more O-rings he's got left, or hamstrings.
I think 2. Like, as per the norm for human bodies and such, I think maybe 2. If he tears a third hamstring, I'm calling the FBI, CIA, Men in Black, my mom, anybody that's going to hear it, because that's impressive.
And Tom DeLonge from Blink 182. I heard he's in Aliens and weird shit.
Oh man, that sounds dope. I get to listen. Just talk about music and aliens. Say less.
Right.
Him and Dan Aykroyd are deep into that shit.
Oh yeah, I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was. Yeah, that's weird. I thought he was into ghosts.
I don't know about that. Dan Aykroyd Talk podcast, first episode.
Yeah, we're all over the place. Hey, and we were also not graced by Big Ed the Assassin, your cousin, which is actually how I became aware of you. When we first started doing this show like 2 years ago, Ed was on the show with us quite a bit. I think he's cut like probably 10 or 12, maybe more episodes with us, and they've all been a blast, man. He was supposed to join us. He couldn't do it, unfortunately, tonight, so maybe next time we can get him back on. So, Ed, here's to you, brother. I'm going to chug this LaCroix for you, brother.
I have nothing to, here you go. I'll toast my laptop. Here you
go. Throw it at him.
Just chuck it through here. Yeah, no, absolutely. I know he mentioned it as well, this podcast and such, that he was so gracious to even offer any kind of spot and discuss it with you guys. So I was absolutely floored by that as well. And just, cuz if you're watching, miss you, love you.
So you're down from the Indy areas. Are you born and raised down there? Or were you from up here down Northwest Indiana?
Oh, so my whole existence is just a mishmash of people, because I was born in Florida. My mother was in the Navy for 20 years. So I've been all overseas for like most of my childhood, and then born and raised in Lafayette, Indiana, currently residing in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Right on. Sreten knows a thing or two about Lafayette, don't you, Sret?
Yeah, I went to Purdue.
Heck yeah, boiler up. I didn't, but
me neither. I went to IU for a hot second, and then I quit.
There's some really cool parts of in Lafayette, and there's some really methy parts. They got a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's that. What's the term? The right side of the tracks. It's like you're walking, you're good. You're walking, you're good. You turn left at that marathon, you're like, and reverse. Let's get on out of here.
Or you go right into that marathon, ask for some White Owls, I think, or Colt 45s. That's what I would do.
Absolutely. See, but that's the problem, though, is you get into that marathon and you get outside and someone else be all like, hey, yo, can I get a sip of that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
you get you keep walking and then these random females start following you, and they all smiling at you, and they're all sharing like one tooth in between them.
They're all like real itchy. Like, damn, girl, you need some calamine?
Like the muses from Hercules, instead of like the eye that's switching one tooth back and forth, you're like, hey, what's up, handsome? Mm-hmm. No, I want to speak to him. Just throwing it back and forth between each other. What a horrifying image. Thanks for that.
Anytime. So, what you've been wrestling for about what, like 6 to 8 years, something like that?
Good Lord. How old am I? Yeah, about 7 years in October. Started when I was 19 years old, fresh out of high school.
What were you watching growing up, mainly?
So this is always a funny story, because I did not grow up watching wrestling. I don't have the sitting there like, oh, the Attitude Era. Oh, I grew up with it. Ooh, I started, I think, accidentally overseas. We got SmackDown. And it's a very specific episode that I remember. I just so vividly. And the match was Bobby Lashley versus Finlay for the United States title. And it was the debut of Hornswoggle.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine being like a young 9-year-old boy seeing a leprechaun jump underneath a ring, throw a shillelagh to Irish dude who clocks enormous black dude over the head to get a title for the whole United States. I was enamored from that point on.
Yeah.
And so, and then I continued watching when we moved back to the States in 2008. I found out that it was like a weekly thing and that it wasn't just a fever dream of like a 9-year-old boy. And so I started watching it like almost religiously and taking in whatever I could. And then it just all made sense. It clicked in my mind. I'm like, these are grown adults dressing in flashy costumes like superheroes, beating each other's asses, fully aware of it as well. Like, just inject this into my veins and it's called a day.
Yeah. Well, and like you're saying, you have like a theater background. I mean, it makes perfect sense, why someone like you would like be completely enamored with the product of professional wrestling, because it is theater. In a sense, it's live stunts in theater. I mean, really know how you break it down much more than that. We just don't say the F-bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. None of that. Keep that to the side. It's for the children. You gotta think of the kids.
The kids, bring your kids.
Yeah, just bring them all.
So where'd you start?
It's for the kids and the 42-year-old dipshits.
Right.
This guy.
That's right.
Hey. If the shoe fits.
Oh, it fits.
Shoe fits.
And it's stinky.
It smells really bad.
All stank.
Need a new pair. Where you start training down there in Lafayette? I mean, there's what do you guys got down there for promotions? I don't know exactly where, but like kind of down like Indianapolis area and somewhere around there. Was there like New Wave Pro, or there's I think Bizarro Lucha's down there? Yeah.
So I was very fortunate that there's actually an independent wrestler that was a Lafayette native. His name is Billy Rock. Mm-hmm. He wrestled on the independents and wrestled all over the country. Had a stint in Chicago for a while. And he lived in Lafayette, and his training school was maybe 20 minutes away from my house. So that's where I got started training. Wrestling wise, Indianapolis has like it's on and off with having like a wrestling like promotion, because Bizarro Lucha was going for a while. It's not around anymore. And
are they done?
I don't know. I don't have the specifics, I guess.
I don't know. Motherfucker, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't run that shit. I don't know what to tell you. But like, yeah, we have New Wave Pro down in Terre Haute, Indiana. We have this like BMFX wrestling up in Lafayette, and I've wrestled there like I think twice maybe, but they're not a consistent promotion. They'll run like, hey, it's been 3 months and we haven't ran a show. Let's do that today.
Right.
And there's still plenty of other promotions as well. Like Emerge Wrestling down in Columbus has always been tremendous. Good Lord. It's like as soon as you mention them, AWR, Asylum Wrestling Revolution or something in Indianapolis. And they're a newer promotion as well. And they're in central Indiana. So
what was the one because there's a Ruby Riot's from Lafayette, didn't she wrestle down there?
Yeah. Ruby is from South Bend originally, and she wrestled all over the place. I know South Bend has like 3 promotions as well, and I cannot remember the names. I like RCW, PWK, and some third one. I think I wrestled there all the time too. When she was around, I had the privilege to learn from her and ride around with her for a while. And she trained at the same wrestling academy as I did. She trained at Billy Rock School of Rock.
Nice.
So like basically family. And yeah, there's just like it's funny because there's like a Midwest circuit just in Indiana itself. Like I could find a way to wrestle probably like 3 to 4 times a week if I wanted.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that's what you need. It'd probably be even better if all this shit wasn't going on right now.
Absolutely.
But speaking of a lot of things going on right now, So Wrestlemania in Tampa, right? The Collective was supposed to take place, where a bunch of independent promotions come together, and basically, you have legends that aren't signed with WWE that are either involved with some of these promotions, and of course, up and coming talent, established indie stars, a lot of great promotions like Black Label, AIW, Freelance Wrestling, and so on and so forth. Shimmer. It's been rescheduled, and I fucking lost my shit when I saw the Indianapolis. So what is it? October 10th through it's like 3 days. I can't remember the days.
9th, 10th, and 11th.
There you go.
But you have all these badass promotions. Joey Janela's Spring Break is coming back. They're going to be doing that. BLP's got the Threat Level Midnight. They're going to be redoing that. A lot of other things going on there. It's just super exciting as a wrestling fan, as a media person, as a person who, I felt fucking horrible for everybody once this happened, and especially like GCW and the Collective. I think they had to have lost their ass on this stuff, because from what I read, they weren't getting refunded a bunch of money from either the city or some kind of political business BS, which I don't like to get involved with, but they got the raw end of the stick because of this. So it's really good to see them coming back, and to be doing it in Indiana, to me, is awesome, man. Are you going to be involved with any of that stuff going on down there?
I have the absolute privilege of being a part of Black Label Pro once again for their commentary team.
Nice.
I believe that there's a few other home promotions there as well. I always fail to mention them, even though they've also given me a ton of opportunities. And Paradigm Pro Wrestling will also be there, and they're in Sellersburg, Indiana. They're hosting the last day at like midnight, and they got like all the big time matches as well. And so potentially have the opportunity to work there as well. But like you said, there's so much wrestling available, and it's going to be so like awe-inspiring. It's like so like it's going to feel real good to see all of this happen, especially here in Indiana, in the Midwest, where we've had such an on and off relationship with wrestling.
Right.
Even though there's always been good wrestlers here, so few of them have been able to get the opportunities outside or inside of this state, because Indiana's never had consistency.
Right.
But we've got wrestlers like Levi Everett, Calvin Tankman, Mance Warner, who's from Indiana. We have all these gentlemen that are like breaking out, and then we have guys like Nate Holiday, Brandon Lee. Yeah, we've had Nate Webb, who's from here. Like, it's like we have all these like great breakout wrestlers and such. We have these great people, and then there's like these younger guys that are here, ready to break out. Like, they've been good. I've seen it. I've trained with these guys. I've gone all over the world with these guys. Like, I know they're ready, but then the opportunities aren't there in Indiana. It's not like AAW up in Illinois. It's not like AIW in Ohio. It's not like Freelance, also in Chicago. There's these big promotions that can take you to that next level. And Black Label Pro has been one of those for a minute. And so it's wonderful seeing them and how they've been leading the industry, especially here in the Midwest, and just also on IWTV. But it's going to be real nice seeing like all these great shows. Like, I know Effie's hosting Effie's Big Gay Brunch. Yeah. I'm so excited for that.
You got Josh Barnett's Bloodsport too.
Absolutely. AJ Gray's For the Culture show will be happening, which is going to like show off and spotlight so many great Black talents all over the country that we've had these people be good already, and it's going to be nice for them to be on that platform.
Oh, definitely. And I hope it's this thing, because if you go back into the I know you said you didn't really grow up watching wrestling. I don't know how much of a wrestling historian you are per se, but like going back to the old days of like in indie with like who was it? Was it Dick the Bruiser? I think it was Dick the Bruiser was running a promotion down there. I mean, and you kind of had, it was a little hot then, and Chicago, we're in Northwest Indiana. So, we're Black Label Pros in our backyard in Crown Point, which is awesome. And then we got, from Chicago, we're Sreten, like 25, 30 minutes from Chicago, or Chicago Heights, where you got Warrior Wrestling, you got Zello Pro, you got AAW. It's just a plethora of badass promotions where a lot of people, I feel it's to me, because I'm a Midwest guy, that's like, to me, that's the heart of indie wrestling, is the Midwest in that area. So I would love for something to happen like with Indiana, some sort of scene. I play in a metal band, and we always talk about like, hey man, where's the scene good at? Where's good to get in with the show and play? And Chicago is kind of on and off with it. It's the same thing with wrestling. I really relate a lot of wrestling to music. It would be awesome to have a full-blown scene again in Indiana, because like you just mentioned all those names and talents, up-and-comers and established guys. I mean, dude, Nate Webb's been around he's been around forever,
Yeah. That was the guy. That was one of the Indiana dudes where it was like him, Drake Younger, and like Billy Rock, and like these, like, we had these Indiana wrestlers that were real good, but there was nothing for them here in Indiana. They had to go away to get better, and then they came back and they made the scene better, but then there still wasn't a scene.
Right. And that's the whole thing. I hope that this sparks something, maybe whether it's, the collective coming back on a frequent basis, or, just promotions in general, utilizing it, Indianapolis as a place to be in. I just hope it kind of kicks a fire or lights a fire under people's asses. And it's like, hey man, it is, even though we're going through a pandemic right now, it is a great time to be a wrestling fan, to be a talent, a promoter, to be involved in the business. There is a lot of buzz still around professional wrestling, because of how stacked the indie scene is. And because, you're getting new major promotions like AEW coming out. That's kind of making people think and bringing jaded fans back, like, oh yeah, wrestling can be good again. It can be fun again, and that's the big thing. We did an episode a few episodes ago called "Does Humor Belong in Wrestling?" And to me, that's a huge thing. I mean, I love the sport of it, the presentation of the sport of professional wrestling, but it is theater. You got to have fun with it, and they do a lot of fun stuff. Like the collective is going to have so much fun shit going on, dude. It's going to be awesome. I don't know if I'm going to be able to attend or not. I'm still trying to work the kinks out with that. But if not, I will be watching, and I'll be stacked up on energy drinks so I can stay up the whole damn night. It's a lot of wrestling, man.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, wrestling is so broad, and everyone always thinks it's supposed to be one way. Mm-hmm. It's never been like that. There's never been a time in all of wrestling's history where it is like wrestling is supposed to be A, B, C. There is nothing else, because
you hear that, Jim Cornette? That. Fuck you.
No, you're right. You nailed it. But it's been proven that other things in wrestling work. It has been proven that comedy works. It connects to people who want to see it. We've shown that death matches work. It connects to people, and that's the end goal. It's a form of entertainment. You don't go to watch The Hangover for fight scenes, but But when you go down the theater line, you go to the next theater. You're like, oh, hey, look at that! Ip Man 16's coming out. Now you got your martial arts flicks like.
I love those movies.
Yeah, Ip Man goes hard, dog.
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
Hey, like, I'm all about it. But everyone thinks that if it's entertainment is one way, they ruin it for themselves and everybody else. Because I know wrestlers who are like that, where they only like a certain style of wrestling. But then I meet guys who you think are a certain way, and they love all of it. You get the the person with like a mixed martial arts background coming in, and he's like, "Oh, I would love to do some comedy wrestling." It's like, what? Like, you?
Tom Lawler's a perfect example of that.
100%. Tom Lawler is one of the best professional athletes and professional wrestlers on the planet, and he shows up all the time, ready to do something different to connect with people. Like, what a mind for this business. What a creative human being That's why he deserves all the success in the world. He's ready to put in the work that proves that wrestling can reach anybody.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, one of those talents that is, and I've seen him several times with Black Label or Warrior Wrestling. I've seen him out at MLW. He's blown me away, the transition that he has made. And I've been able to talk to him a few times just kind of outside of MLW, and hey man, what's going on? Like good candid conversation like we're doing now. And just super nice guy, man. The transition is uncanny. I mean, you look at guys like a Kurt Angle that had very much the same process, coming in from a legit sporting background, like shoot, fighting, whatever you want to call Olympic wrestling, MMA, and to come into the world of professional wrestling and entertain and have the ability and the mind and the creativity to entertain and just be this awesome character. Like Tom Lawler for me he's it. Like I know, and Matt Riddle is also good. He's good, but I mean, if we were going to compare the two, like who would you take over? Dude, I'd go with Tom Lawler all day, every day, because he's not just like the bro, like he's all over the place, man.
Yeah.
I see him come out the New Kids on the Block, a bunch of other shit, man, and like his ring gear and all that. Like he just does it right, dude. And you're right, man. He deserves every accolade and praise he gets because that man's fucking killing it.
Absolutely. One of my commentary partner, Sarah Shockey, one of her favorite wrestlers, as I have to fan her consistently. I'm like, is it because he's talented or is it because he's handsome? If it's both, faint. And she's on the ground. I'm like, fair enough.
Hell yeah. I like Sarah. She's a good girl. What up, Sarah?
Yes, she's the best. I love you, Sarah. Best friend.
Hell yeah. So when you got involved with the commentary with Black Label, were you just filling in, or was it just like you said, you wanted to take an opportunity and you set up Mikey or something?
Yeah, so I communicated it with Mikey beforehand, and a while back at BLP Greatest Rumble, I was able to do a couple of the pre-show matches just as kind of like a get my foot in the door, just feel it out, and apparently...
Yeah, I seen you there. I was there, and you came out. I think I tweeted out some pictures of you being there, and I called Eddie, and he was all pissed at me. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I was like, "Dude," I texted you. I was like, "Get your ass down here. Your cousin's up here fucking wrestling, man."
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately at that time, Mr. Dave Prazak wasn't feeling too well, so he couldn't make those shows because we had 3 shows in one day. Mm-hmm. We did a show at like 11 and then a scheduled show at 6, and in between that we had a little secret show that's coming out this September. Yeah, and I did commentary for all 3 of those shows, and it was one of the best experiences of my entire wrestling career.
That's so awesome. Me and Sreten tried to do it commentary in the studio one time, pretty drunk, just to give it a shot. No. Yeah, it was really tough. So much respect to anybody that can do it and do it well, because we didn't have what it takes. I was sitting there trying to like call every move right off the bat, and you were throwing me off and like trying to do all these different voices and shit, dude. It was nuts. Maybe one day we'll put that on air just to embarrass ourselves. So
yeah, Patreon exclusive content. Like watch the boys embarrass themselves for $5.
Right. Speaking of commentators, you hear about Mauro Ronaldo being done with WWE?
I wasn't aware of that. That's very unfortunate. One of the best voices of like all time.
Yeah, just and in the boxing game and the fight game and the wrestling game, I mean, he does it all. I don't know exactly why, if it was his mental issues or whatever he's trying to work on or what have you. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, great. Well, he's done with WWE. Please go somewhere else. Please go somewhere else where we can still hear you, And hopefully it's not just like boxing or MMA, because unfortunately I don't really watch a lot of either. I just watched the last UFC, the last Cormier fight, and I was like, man, I stayed awake for this shit.
Again, different strokes for different folks. It's not for everybody.
Right.
I have a question about the commentary side of things. If you could speak on this for a second, if I could spit this question out correctly.
Absolutely.
So you usually work on the Black Label shows with Sarah, and how did that work as far as transitioning and kind of being confident enough? Did you just, so that first BLP experience when you did kind of the marathon of commentary, how did that go with like vibing and knowing how to say everything, and how do you memorize all the wrestler names, and what's that process like? It might be an odd question to ask, but then how do you also, was it hard or was it pretty seamless to vibe with Sarah, who's got like an improv and a comedy background and a writing background? Like, how does that whole thing work to mesh with, like, did you guys know each other beforehand? I assume not.
No, I've known Sarah for years. I met her, a few years back up in Chicago. We were on a show together. There was a promotion called Revolution Pro.
Oh, yeah. Billy Corgan's old promotion, right?
Yes, that's it. Mm-hmm. And sidebar, as I love to correct people, I usually like to let them embarrass themselves. It is pronounced Big Perc.
Is it?
Big Perc, like Big Perc Universe.
Yeah. All right.
And I love to let everyone just keep saying it because everyone else in the world gets mad and I don't. Because people will be all like, hey, what's up, Perc? What up, Perc? And then someone in the back will tell me, hey, they be calling you Big Perc. And I'm like, yeah, because I put your ass to sleep. Back up.
They don't want
They don't want none of it. Absolutely not. But to answer your question in regards to making the transition, I'm very fortunate that I had a theater background myself and my own improv background. But it really does come down to the fact of it was putting in that little bit of extra work, like making sure I knew everybody that was already on the match card, being aware of what exact tones were supposed to be set with these matches. And then good commentary is give and take, like any improvisational theater. It's the same as wrestling. It's give and take. You don't want one person to go into the ring, hammer someone to death, and then pick their corpse up and lay it on top of you. It's give and take.
Stinks.
It's like, just beat this guy up and be like, I want him to win now. Lay down. But it's a lot of give and take, and Sarah is such a tremendously talented individual in anything that she puts her mind to. And so being able to feed off of her, being able to feed to her, and working together made that commentary it was just easy. Everything clicked. It felt right. Because I know when I started commentary, it was out of spite. Because I have heard so many shitty commentators. They're either someone's random cousin that is the cousin of the promoter, and he's like, he put $100 in my company. He gets to do something now too. Or
that Lafayette accent's coming out.
Yeah, my bad. But Southern pride all the way up here in the Midwest, whatever. But I just got so sick of people not adding to the wrestling matches because I'm a professional wrestler. I'm in there. My body hurts doing this. I don't get a sick sense of pleasure getting slammed to the ground and getting my ass beat. I don't want two drunk chuckle fucks talking over me while I'm doing this wrestling thing, Yeah. I want people to appreciate this, and we get spoiled because, we had like despite their own, offensive natures and such. We had the Jim Rosses and the Jerry Lawlers. But we have like guys like the Mauro Ronaldos and the Nigel McGuinnesses that add to the matches. They make you invested in this match that you've already decided to watch. You already said, I'm going to watch this match. I want to enjoy it. And then commentary is supposed to add to it. I knew I wanted to add to wrestling. And so I think going in kind of with that, like, I'm going to make wrestling better with my commentary, though as cocky as it sounds, was the right reason. And it kind of like helped me be better at commentary. So it wasn't a difficult transition. It was something I knew I had to do.
Good answer.
Mark Bot coming back?
Yeah.
Very good answer. Yeah. Because I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say about one thing that we did realize, like the people that know the ins and outs of like backstage shit with wrestling know that it's like the wrestlers are number one. And then to me, the commentators are number two, and then the crowd is number three. And then, and those give and take like with equality, but then all the background players, and referees, I would include it as the background players, possibly as important as the wrestlers. But, That shit really. So when you watch it on TV, you have a totally different experience because of how important it is to have the commentary. But then, when you don't have the crowds, since we're in the pandemic, like when you don't have crowds, you see just the effect, how quiet it is. As much as I was saying, so Warrior did a show about a month and a half ago ish, and it was outside on the football field. And I mean, you said you have a theater background, so when you go to a play and it's like a 1 or 2 person show, a lot of dialogue. You hear like every little crunch, every little thing on the stage, every little exhale. The yelling, if it's an intense scene, is real. It's way more dramatic. You're like, oh shit, the guy's yelling. Shut up, listen. When we were at the Warrior show, I like theater, all the different varieties of theater, and it was awesome to watch a show where there's a little bit of crowd, there's no commentary because you're watching it live, but then you're in the middle of a football field, so you literally hear every little bounce and boing and scream and yell and slap. Oh. And it just added a whole different dynamic that you don't get inside of a stadium, that you don't get. And so it's always fascinating. So people like you, I could pick your brain for hours on end on how you're able to do what you do and how do you train your brain and how is it able to function. And not only that, but to connect it with like Sarah or any other commentator, to be able to connect in that way and go back and forth. It's props, man. It's impressive. It's actually very difficult. Not a lot of people can do it well. Everybody can fuck it up. I watched. Yeah. I'm going to shut up in a second. Sorry, guys. So I won't bust out what the promotion was, but about a month ago, I was on IWTV and I was going through the different promotions, and I watched this specific event, and the commentators. I was just like, why did you guys volunteer? Almost from the first wrestler coming through, they were kind of like passive aggressive about the whole event, especially about the promotion, which is like, even if you don't like the promotion, if you're getting paid, at least be a professional and kiss their ass for that.
Jim Ross.
Well, it's different. He's a legend. He could say whatever the fuck he wants.
Hey, he's rich. He's way past us. He passed anything we could ever say.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, it's impressive to be able to do it well. So I say, tip my hat to you. And that's it. That was long.
I appreciate it. No, it was wonderful. It was just the only issue I had in regards to what you said was the like levels to what's important to wrestling. I think we're coming to realize now there is no auxiliary role in wrestling. Yes. There's no wrestling match without a referee. There's no important match without a crowd. There's no footage without someone to record it. There's no photo evidence without your photographers. There are it's all together. It coalesces. You don't go, if you went to a movie theater and there was nobody there to sell you your ticket and there was nobody there to run the actual projector to watch the movie, you're sitting there at a blank screen. Okay, now there's a movie, but you're not there and there's people to work it. Well, now there's nobody to watch it. It's all tied together. It's that symbiotic relationship. And it shows you what promotions actually either – sometimes I say this and I shoot myself in the foot. It shows you what promotions care to put in that extra bit of money for their photographers. They're good videographers. They're good commentators. They're good referees. Like, it's very obvious. You can tell the levels of quality. And again, there's certain promotions that are small-time promotions. And they know what they are. And that's okay because – it's the same as there's wrestlers that want to go and get signed to the biggest company and make millions of dollars. There are other people who do this because they're passionate about it and they don't care about the money. And those are all important because they all tie together. They all feed off of each other.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I think commentary is one of the most important deals. I mean, obviously, like you just said, everything is very important to the final product and or presentation. But for me, like, the commentators help tell the story, help move it along. If somebody fucks up or botches in the ring, they're the ones that cover it up, or at least you would hope that they cover it up. Well, this is because that happened, and so on and so forth. Like, I think it's crucial to have great commentators, because otherwise, I mean, it could really, it's just like, for me, it would be like being there. when, we're standing there, we're at a Black Label show and we're watching, we don't hear what you guys are saying unless we're like standing right behind you or something, which is, in that case, that's not cool. You're too close.
Yeah. Social distance.
Yeah. Right. But you know what I mean? It's like, and I've been to some of these big shows like AEWs or WWEs, like WrestleManias and stuff, and you're sitting there and you watch a match and it's great. And or you at least think you know what's going on with the story in the ring, but I always get kind of like, how would you put this into a good phrase? I get lonely because I miss my commentators. I'm like, it doesn't feel like the complete package. I'm like, damn it, dude. Like, and it like, sucks. You're there live, like that should be the best feeling. Like, how awesome would it have been to have like, man, I was front row when Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. But still, you didn't get to hear the Gorilla Monsoon, the irresistible force meets immovable object, like something like that. That's just commentating so important to me, man. Yeah, it's just it's like your friends aren't there with you. Yeah. You don't have that voice that you're so used to adding to the story. And like I think you put it very well. Commentators' jobs are to reach out to the audience that's watching it there or not there. Because when as you pointed out beforehand as well, is that like when you were at Warrior Wrestling, that you heard all the hits, all the grunts, all the, like, you were there. You saw the sweat flying off of the people. Like, you knew how intense this was. You don't get that through a video from miles away. But it's the job of the commentator to make you a part of that story as well, like you were there, but with a little bit extra. And like I said, commentators are supposed to add to matches. And it's what wrestlers want. They want wrestlers. We're all egomaniacs, dog. We all want everyone to think we're the shit. Like, come on. Like, I know someone, like, I gave like a lariat in one of my matches, and someone, like, a commentator just said, like, damn near decapitating someone. Like, hell yeah, I damn near decapitated him. I'm the best. I'm the man. Like, that added to the match. They help you sell, man. They help you sell. Yeah. And it's just again, it's all about making all aspects of wrestling coalesce to make it what it is. Because again, WrestleMania 3 wouldn't have meant shit if nobody recorded it. Exactly. I like that. That's a good point.
I was agreeing with you a little aggressively. I was like,
right? He's headbanging. He's got some Nazareth going in the background or something. I don't know what the hell. His mind.
I gotta calm down.
Damn it, Sreten.
Speaking of damn it, Sreten, or do you want to do it now or later?
Ooh, you want to get tantalized with some game? You want to get down this game or what?
Oh Lord, let's
yeah. Come on, Perce.
This is where it gets serious. All right. So this is the game. I create the questions. I'm bad at doing research. So right off the bat, I decide what the right answer is. So you need to pick what the closest thing to the possible right answer is. Some of these might not be factually correct. There's only one consistent thing with these things, but we'll talk about it when it's over. So the point system for today's game, I created a random number generator. So it could be, a 1-point question. It could be a 7,000 point question. I wrote them here, so I don't know how that goes. The theme of the game is the toughest indie professional wrestlers. Okay. So it's 10 questions. Winner gets nothing. Loser gets ridiculed. What else? So what did I write here? When I mention the wrestler, so there's 10 wrestlers that the questions are based on. When I mention them, if you know about them a little bit, educate us a little bit. I'll let you guys do that because I'm a newbie still after 2 years, and I don't know any of these fucking people. That's not true. Yeah. But anyways, Big Perc, you want to start since you are the guest?
Why not?
All right, let's get it going. All right, the first wrestler on the list is a man named Shlak. What do y'all know about Shlak?
I know that there's no God, there's only Shlak. And I know he is one of the most horrifying deathmatch wrestlers I've ever met. That's it. That is the fullest extent to my knowledge. Is I'm like, there is no God, only Schlack, and Jesus Christ, please don't kill me.
I played a few shows with his bands.
Wow.
Which of the following is Schlack's real name? Is it
Breaking kayfabe, what a bastard.
Yeah.
Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe go fuck yourself. First one, ready? Gustav Softstool. Is it Charles Mushmouth? Is it Brandon Kevin Steve? Is it Chad Kroger? Or is it Martin Joseph Schlacktier? I don't even
What
remember.
in the goddamn hell?
Welcome to the game.
Welcome to the game. Is it?
I'm going to say the last one because it has Schlack in the name.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was like Shacticus the Third Esquire Junior.
I was going to put that, but I didn't read it because I thought it would be weird.
The third.
Bonus point for if you know who Chad Kroger is. Either one of you guys.
The singer from Nickelback.
I don't even know where to point. All right.
Yes.
Listen, you ready? You're losing.
Yeah.
The next wrestler is Nick Gage.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
MDK all day.
MDK all day.
All motherfucking day. Nick Gage. I got to see him wrestle Jordan Grace in South Bend at Black Label Pro, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
She body slammed a small child onto his person. And he, I actually just watched him in the very well made, I might add, cheap plug, David Arquette movie, the You Cannot Kill David Arquette, which, person, if you haven't watched that yet, you need to watch that shit. It's good.
Sounds great. Fun fact of Nick Gage, he's also doing commentary while healing up
Nice.
for
Yeah.
GCW. He's amazing. I could listen to Nick Gage every day for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah. All day,
True or
every
false?
day. False.
Nick Gage spent over 4 years in prison and for soliciting an 86-year-old undercover cop prostitute.
Is that... I don't have any more options?
True or false?
Oh, true. That's how a true or false question works, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know if he gave me options.
If you want
I'm
me
going to say
true
that's
again,
false.
that is correct.
It wasn't for that.
After reading and writing this question, I realized that maybe it's in bad form to put this man's shit out there, but he did spend some time in prison. But
Everybody knows that.
And I don't know what they know about him. So that's the fun fact. Anyways, all right, 1-1. Tie game.
Yes.
Ready? The next wrestler, Chris Ridgeway. What do you know about him?
I've not heard that name,
Oh.
but I'd love to do some research on it.
Well, I'm going to give you a lot of misinformation about him. Justin, do you know anything about him?
Yeah, European wrestler. I think he's a British wrestler. Very awesome technical wrestler. He put on a hell of a match with our boy Tom Lawler at Warrior Wrestling.
Hell yeah.
What's your question, man?
Which of the following is Chris Ridgway's finishing move? Is it the SBD? That's where you fart silently and hope it smells bad enough that your opponent taps out. Is it the sleeper hold? Is it the figure 4 ball tap? That's a figure 4 leg lock with a ball tap. Is it the DDT? Is it the low blow? Because why?
They always work.
Okay. Which one is it? There is a right answer.
The low blow because it always works?
Say sleeper hold.
What?
No, it's sleeper hold.
Yes, that is correct.
Can't cheat.
Huh?
What the hell?
Yeah. Bonus. Do you think that Chris Ridgway looks like Steve from Warrior or Eli Drake? Answer is yes.
Yes.
Bonus points. So far, the score is 4-2. Justin, you are losing again. But are you ready? The next is a tag team. Little bonus thing. I'm gonna try to speed it
Tag
up
team back again.
Violence is forever. Dominic Gardini and Kevin Kook.
Kevin Koo, yeah. Seen him beat up the mini opponents at the RDS gym in some slobber knockers at Black Label Pro. And actually, they are going to be debuting with Warrior Wrestling as a part of that Stadium series. So looking forward to that. 2 Hard-hitting motherfuckers. Love them. What's your question?
Question is, which of the following was Nearly Violence's forever tag team name? Was it the Legion of Boom? Was it Knuckle Sandwich Factory? Was it Handsome Prick? Was it Violence is Most of the Time? Or was it Two Assholes and Four Elbows?
Damn. Is there an option for... What was the first one?
Legion of Boom.
No, that wasn't. That was Kofi Kingston and fucking... Wasn't it Evan Bourne back in the day? Or those Air Boomers?
You mean the perfect TV kids television TV duo, Air Boom? The best. Man.
Right?
They were so cool. I loved them.
Give me the options again, real quick.
Legion of Boom, Knuckle Sandwich Factory, Handsome Pricks, Violence is Most of the Time, or Two Assholes and Four Elbows?
None.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It is 4-3. You are still losing.
What? Hell yeah.
First, your wrestler is Alley Cat. Can you tell me anything about Alley Cat? Well, either one of you.
I adore Alley Cat. She's one of my very close friends in wrestling. That chick is crazy as all hell. All the way from Texas, moved to the Midwest, got way good beyond all reason, just because she just is that good. And has been absolutely killing the scene all over the world. Is a standout at GCW. Absolutely adore Alley.
So your question is another true and false question. True or false. Or the way Justin likes it, he wants more options. So this is a true, false question.
I feel like a big piece of shit.
And the theme is just how tough she is. So whether or not this story is true, first you let me know. After her first Lego death match, an interviewer walked up to her and asked, Alley Cat, that last foot stomp where you landed on the Legos, it looked like you broke all the toes in your left foot. Alley Cat replied, looking down at her toes on her left foot, each toe pointing in a different direction, and replied, it doesn't hurt that bad. I broke these 3 days ago.
Oh, no, that's true.
That is correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn!
I was probably in the car with her when that happened. It's fine. Smile.
Crinkle toes, you need to straighten them out.
Also, truth be told, the right answer was whatever you said.
Did I just hear that motherfucker correctly?
Ooh.
Juice, you are the next wrestler in question 6. The game is also 5-3. You're still losing, Wallace. Matthew Justice.
Ooh, Matthew Justice, managed by our good friend Bill Alfonso, Daddy. Also, another guy that we've seen do some wild shit. Actually, it was a year ago, I think a couple days ago, we were at the 2 Cup Stuffed event, GCW and Black Label Pro, where he like leaped off the fucking interior roof, the rafters, whatever you want to call it. Guy is insane. He's tough. I love the pairing of him and Alfonso. It brings back some really good nostalgia, like ECW stuff, and I think he's like the perfect athlete for a guy like Bill Alfonso to be managing. So with that being said, shoot!
True or false?
False.
Matthew Justice chose the name Justice because he really likes the song And Justice for All by Metallica.
That's true.
That's true.
Even though you fucked that question up, it's an album.
How do I know? I live in a cave.
Man.
And I'm a Dave Matthews guy.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Good
All
choice,
right,
for sure.
5-4. Wallace, guess what?
Coming for you, Percy. I'm coming to take your purse at the end of this game.
No,
The next wrestler is Minoru Suzuki. Not an indie wrestler, but a legend. So,
one of the absolute toughest gentlemen in all of professional wrestling. Definitely any match against him is a death match.
nice.
It is.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
So the question is,
I have nothing else. Those are all matches.
do you want to say anything, Balls?
No,
I don't know where the fuck to point because I don't know how this is going to lay out after it's done recording. All right. So, which of the following is Minoru Suzuki? But which of the following martial arts is he not proficient in? Is it Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Greco-Roman wrestling, Norwegian tickle fighting, jar fart foo? That is when you store your aged farts in mason jars and then attack people by opening those jars and gently rolling the jar across their mustache line. Which one?
I'm gonna say since he's not from there, I'm gonna say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. He actually, everybody knows he invented jar fart foo.
Yeah, sound.
And I'm going to get fired from the show after these questions.
That is correct.
6-4. The next wrestler, Tom Lawler. What's up?
Oh,
hell yeah.
Fucking filthy. What can we say that hasn't been said already? So just go ahead with your question.
Which of the following has he not dressed up as at a UFC weigh-in?
Okay.
Joe Rogan, Conor McGregor, Steven Seagal, Apollo Creed, Dan Severn, or your mother?
Tough question, but...
Sorry, this says Yo Mama.
I'm going to go with Yo Mama.
That is correct. Yeah! And what's the score here based on my single-digit mathematics? 6-5. You're still losing, Wallace.
I'm creeping on to come up.
All right. The next wrestler is Chris Dickinson.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty Daddy.
Yeah.
Yes. Say less. Oh, inject Chris Dickinson directly into my veins. One of the absolute hardest hitting dudes on planet Earth. Been at the game for years. Has one of my favorite matches against Eddie Kingston at Beyond Wrestling. Who Eddie Kingston also top tier individual, God status, and Big Perc's book. Shoot questions at me because I can talk about this all day.
So, given the theme of how much of a hard ass he is, just like with Alley Cat, which of the following did Chris Dickinson almost pursue careers? Let me say that again. Which of the following careers did Chris Dickinson almost pursue instead of professional wrestling? Was he almost a festival cotton candy salesman? Was he almost a Build-A-Bear teddy bear stuffer? Was he almost a rainbow chaser? Was he almost the man in charge of Eskimo kissing the puppies at PetSmart? Was he, or lastly, was he in charge of the human lollipop dispenser? Or was he almost a human lollipop dispenser at the dentist's office?
I need more questions about the lollipop one because I need to know where the lollipops come from.
I know, just a bag, like a nice bag, maybe with
okay, good.
teddy bears on it. It's all legit. It's all wholesome.
Yeah, okay, good. I thought you said they dispensed them. I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to say the guy that Eskimo kisses puppies at PetSmart because
that is correct.
That's what he's good at.
It's a huge passion. It's on the internet.
It literally says professional. It's Chris Eskimo Kisser Dirty Daddy Dickinson on his driver's license. Like, catch up. Come on, man.
Puppy Eskimo kisser.
I did watch that match a couple days ago with Priscilla Kelly. It was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, imagine.
All right, Wallace.
What you got?
The last question.
Yeah.
And to make it interesting, we'll make it worth 3 points.
So you're saying I have a chance?
So you go win by 1. All right.
Yeah.
So instead of a wrestler, this is what do you have to say about the entire GCW roster?
Fucking amazing. That's it.
All right. So which of the following was almost GCW's first? God damn it! Which of the following was the name? Which of the? I know I wrote this in English, but I don't know how to read it.
He's reading it in Serbian. That's the problem.
I wrote it in Serbian, and now I realized I don't understand what I wrote. Anyways, which of the following was almost GCW's name? Was it and I'll still say the name, and so was it GCW, but GCW stood for Giant Cheeks Wrestling, and it was supposed to be a bisexual big booty fetish wrestling promotion. Was it almost WGSILT? What? We Got Stock in Light Tubes Wrestling. Was it almost BBW Wrestling? And when I say that, I think that's some other fetish shit, but it's supposed to be Big Buffet Wrestling. That's where it was supposed to be a promotion where all the matches take place inside of an old country buffet while families are trying to eat. Was it GICW? Game Incremental Changer Wrestling? Sorry. Or was it BSW Baby Steps Wrestling? The matches are supposed to take forever and there's barely any physical contact between the opponents. These are all so much funnier in my head.
I'm going to go with the buffet.
That is not correct.
What?
Oh. And the winner, our guest, Big Perc.
Gosh, I'd like to thank the Academy and my mom, and I would like to tell Justin.
Oh, come on!
There you go, buddy. Enjoy that. Enjoy last place.
Jesus, kick a man when he's down.
Oh,
Dirty.
feels good.
Dirty motherfucker.
Wallace, how many of these games have you won?
Let's not talk about it. 0.
All right, so, you guys can continue the interview.
Yeah, now that we're through with your whack-ass game.
Nothing like them. Thank you for playing, guys.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win.
So, Perce, real quick, as we wind down here, what's some stuff do you like to do outside of wrestling?
So I've been getting really big into tabletop RPGs and such. So I play stay in contact with my family and a lot of my friends. I'll play D&D online, and I'm really big into video games as well. And with the video game part, I am a part of YouTube channel Glitch Buddies, which is ran by fellow professional wrestler Kai Faden, and we're also joined by Chase Holiday. So I spend a lot of time just sitting in front of a TV on my ass, recording video games and doing commentary over it.
It's the best.
So there's that.
What do you like? What do you like playing?
Personally, I'm a big I was an only child for most of my life, so I play a lot of RPGs. Just a lot of stuff for myself. I've been known to Call of Duty it up every once in a while, and like most people, I have become obsessed with Fall Guys, and
my son's obsessed with that.
Oh my god!
Download it, Dad. It was free, I think, last month for PlayStation. Is that what you're playing on? Is PlayStation?
Yeah, we play on the PS4.
So much easier to stream than Xbox.
Yes.
You can just go direct to your Twitch or your YouTube, and instead, Xbox, you got to go through Mixer and then all this other hoopla. So I got both, but my son just got me into my girlfriend had a PS4 just laying around. So one day it's hey, let's hook this thing up, because I wanted Fire Pro Wrestling. And then I got it, and I was like, man, I'm no good at Fire Pro. Unfortunately, I can't get the timing down, man.
It's a learning curve, dog. It's all a learning curve, and it is a steep one. It don't feel good.
I think I'm going to just hook up my little tiny tube TV and get back on that N64 kick, if you know what I mean.
There you go. Get some No Mercy going. There you go.
I got it. Yeah. I got all the wrestling games. I even got some Japanese ones.
Oh.
And then Matt Nix had to show me up by saying he had more than I did. So,
Hey, yo, Matt Nix, though. Whole different animal, that guy.
Yeah. He's awesome. He's good people, though. So with the video gaming though, are you guys your channel and everything, is that something you guys are looking to pursue on a bigger level? How God, what the hell is the dude from the New Day? I can't think of his name right now.
Xavier Woods.
I was gonna say Consequences Creed. We're gonna go old school on this.
I know, you get that name out of here.
I had a brain fart on that one. I mean, is that something you guys are looking to kind of get into big time? Because I mean, dude, from what I've watched my 12-year-old son do as far as putting together a YouTube channel and streaming and all that, people are really into that shit, man.
Absolutely. I know it was a passion project of Kai's for a while, and then I just had more time in my schedule, and I just wanted the excuse to hang out with my buddy, and so I joined up on it. And I absolutely, we would love the idea to make it something bigger, but as of right now, it's extra content. It's something to get out there for people during the pandemic where they're stuck at home and have nothing to do. So we give them 3 wrestlers screaming about video games.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to have to check it out. What's that YouTube channel again?
That is Glitch Buddies.
Oh yeah, you guys. So are you playing Modern Warfare? Or you guys go back to any of the older Call of Duties, or?
No, I play Modern Warfare by myself with like high school friends and such. We play whatever we feel like. Really, we have a versus mode called On-Site, and we'll spin a little wheel. And we have like 8 fighting games, and we'll just decide what fighting game we want to do. And we've done all kinds, like, Tekken, Street Fighter, and all 3 of us are horrendous at fighting games. So hilarity ensues as we're screaming, "Hey, I don't know what this button does. Oh, it's a fireball. Hell yeah. Eat shit."
Hell yeah. Did you ever play the Def Jam games?
Yo, I played those when I was way too young to be playing those. It was definitely like, went to rent it, played it, looked at my mom and said, "I shouldn't have gotten this, mother." Like, it was big crazy.
They're teasing something. They somehow Def Jam suckered people to get them up to 1 million followers on Twitter and said they were going to drop some huge video game announcement. And that was probably about a month ago.
Hey man, these things take time.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna start doing that shit too. Like, I got some killer information. It'll be like the old WCW hotline or something. Call this 900 number, and we ain't got shit to really tell you. You're gonna be paying $9.99 a minute.
Oops.
Oops, gotcha.
Again.
So where are you gonna be at next? Is the Collective the next spot for you, or?
No, I have a show coming up at New Wave Pro. It is not New Beginnings. What is it called? Good Lord, can't remember. My entire existence, nothing exists outside of anything when I'm having a conversation. But I will be defending my Crossroads title against one Solomon Tupu at New Wave Pro here in September, and then I know Paradigm Pro Wrestling has a show in September as well. And I'll be popping down there to do a couple things. Who knows?
Hell yeah! I saw you got some new merch coming out. Who do you get your merch through? Are you at Pro Wrestling Tees at all, or?
So I have custom printed ones right now on my persons that were made by Josh Crane. I have a Pro Wrestling Tees store, and I just opened up a What a Maneuver store as well. Yes. So I have so many ways to get T-shirts out to anybody.
Hell yeah! Everybody needs to get some T-shirts. Where can everybody find you at online?
Now, everyone can find me at The Big Perc on Instagram and at Big Perc Universe on Twitter. I do the tweeting a lot. I cannot shut up.
Speaking of Twitter, what do you think is the best way to connect with the wrestling fans as far as social media goes?
It really is just... It's the combination of creating good content that they wish to see that is unique to them, and maintaining a healthy and yet respectful balance between talking to fans like they're fans and talking to fans like they're people. Mm-hmm. Because there's that level of respect that you have to have, like, as a fan too, to any celebrity. I'm not going to go up and shake Will Smith's hand like I know him and we've been buddies for 10 years. Right? But I know that Will Smith has probably been so used to it, he knows how to respectfully communicate with others in the sense of like, "Hi, I'm glad I've created this content that you've enjoyed. Keep enjoying it. Like, you're awesome. Like, you're also tremendous and valid." And so that's really it, is just staying consistent with it as well.
Yeah. Got to be consistent. We do it every week. We've been doing it now for a couple of years, and Sreten don't. He just comes up with these fucked up games, ways to screw me over on air, make me look bad. Sreten,
man, you answered them yourself. Them the words of a loser. Big mad loser.
It's all right. I'll get him next time. Well, Perce, thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll have to do this again. I really want to get you on here with Eddie because, as I'm sure you're aware, his fucking laugh just lightens up the whole damn room.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, I love that. I love that dude's chuckle, man. He gets me going. Great dude, great energy. Thanks for coming on, man. Everybody, please buy some fucking merch. Check out and interact with Perce on all the social media platforms that he just told you about. It's really easy to do. And he's a real nice guy. And you can watch him. IndependentWrestling.tv. Sign up for that shit. Check out Black Label Pro. If you use the code Black Label, I'm pretty sure you get a 5-day free trial. So that's pretty awesome. Sreten, you can't use it anymore. He's tried like 10 times. Just pay for it. Cheap bastard. And thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a rating and review wherever you listen at. Interact with us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. And until next time, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up. Wet 'em up! That's so wet for the Perce! Oh, yeah, it's crazy. It's out of sight. Oh, my God. Please, hit that like and subscribe button. Or Sreten's gonna do more of these games and it just can't take it anymore. I'm losing my mind. Oh, yeah. See you next week.
You gonna do sex to me?
Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!